How much was the appointment?
See, now he's asking how much was the appointment. You just said it was a... Oh, man, this is a fucking train wreck. Show rate, 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 show rate. Without a good show rate, your appointments mean nothing. You might be getting lots of appointments for your clients, but if they're not showing, who cares? Your client's just going to quit. It's even worse. If you book an appointment for a client and they don't show up, the client's actually even more pissed than if you just didn't book the appointment because they've had to waste their time going to the clinic, going to the gym, whatever niche they're in. Show rate is one of the most important things you can make sure you lock down to improve retention for your agency. In this video, what I want to talk you through is a live breakdown of a couple of different calls. So one of our clients having an issue with one of their setters is getting a really good show rate, the other one's not getting a very good show rate. And that could be for a bunch of different reasons. It's not always just down to the call, it could be other things going on. But I want to do a deep dive of two different calls that I've heard, and we can go into them and see what we think. So setter 1 is one that has a good show rate. Setter 2 is the one that hasn't got a good show rate. So I'm going to play setter 1 first. I'm just going to quickly find a recording here. And by the way, with these recordings, I've never listened to either of them. I've no idea what they're about to say. And so I'm just going to jump straight in and we will just see it together. So let's do it.
Hello?
Hello.
I've seen that. I was just trying to call you back.
Yes. Can you hear me properly now?
I can now.
Wonderful,
I don't
then.
know what was going on with our phones or whatever the case may be, but yes, ma'am, I can hear you loud as day. But we were just talking about this afternoon or tomorrow. I'm trying to line up a ride to get to your office so I can get this taken care of. It's been killing me forever, and I would love this for somebody just to anything to get rid of this pain would be awesome.
So the guy's obviously in a lot of pain. He's saying that I'm in pain. Sounds like they've already had a conversation previously. So I'm assuming some of the script's already done. This might just be the appointment booking part of it, but that's still good for me to listen to. I want to hear like what kind of objections are coming up, if they're booking calls, whatever it is.
Looking at our scheduler, we do have availability on Monday. We don't have any more for today and for tomorrow. On Monday, March 24th, we have at 9:30 a.m. Would that work for you?
Okay.
She said she haven't got anything today or tomorrow, so I'm assuming it's like Thursday. So they're booking it in for Monday. That's not terrible. You do really want to try and get availability with your clients the same day or the day after. That's like the best show rate. If you're having to book after a weekend, especially on a Monday, it's horrible. It's like 4 or 5 days out. It's not good. You want to try and book clients in as soon as you can. The reason for that is when a lead books an appointment with you, they've initially got a super high motivation, right? They've just submitted their information, phone them up, they're pumped to talk to you, like they're motivated, they're seeing the ad. But then as soon as you book the appointment, their motivation starts to just drop. If the times that you're booking someone is far out, it means their motivation can be even lower. If you book someone like, hey, can you come in right now? Most people, obviously, they've still got jobs, but if they're free, they'll be like, yeah, I can come in right now. I'm in pain, I want to sort it, it's great. And their show rate will be 100%. If you're booking people out 3, 4, 5 days out in advance, the longer the time it takes them to attend the appointment, the more chance they've got of dropping off because their motivation drops and they don't care as much anymore. So just be really careful of that. You don't want to be booking people too far out.
I don't want to, Alstina, I don't want to etch it in stone, so to speak, but make it up there to see if there's anything you guys can do to help me with this. That would be awesome.
No, yeah, we created this opportunity for people just like you to see if we can help you regarding your neuropathy, okay?
That's all I want now.
Okay, so the guy just said, I don't want to etch it in stone, so to speak, but I'll do my best to get there. And she just went, yeah, we built this thing to help people like you. The person's already told you, hey, I'm probably not going to show, right? That's literally what I've said to you. I'm probably not going to show. You need to handle that objection. Like, why does the guy think he can't? Why does he not want to etch it into stone? That's such an important thing. So she didn't even call that out. Definitely be calling that out, 100%.
Fee for this? What kind of money do I have to come up with?
Yeah, so we're just asking for a $20 refundable deposit to reserve your appointment. And
that's not what he means. So he's asking how much money, basically he's asking how much does this cost? And she's saying, oh, we just asked for a $20 deposit. That's not what he means. He means like how much is the actual thing, right? Let's keep going.
this assessment is for free. So when you come in, you will be getting that $20 back, okay?
Okay.
That's not very clear. So you've got to pay a $20 deposit, but the assessment's free. And so when I get there, I get my $20 back. It's a bit confusing.
Okay. I don't have $20 right now on me, Athena, to give to you. If I can show up with my $20, would that be okay?
Oh, so the purpose of the $20 is that to reserve your appointment. As Dr. Betty says, it's in high demand and our schedule fills up quickly. So we only reserve spots for patients who are truly ready to take the next step in their recovery. But I completely understand you, Greg. What I could do is I will let the front desk know about it, that you'll be coming in on Monday at 9:30 a.m. and I'll be sending you your appointment information via text message. Would that work for you?
Okay, so the guys that can't afford to pay $20, this is where like setters need to be a little bit better at qualifying. Like, I don't know what the situation is for this client, but if he hasn't got $20 right now, he probably can't afford the service. So like, this is where it's really important to make sure your setters are in line with the actual goals of the company. So if a setter's just trying to get booked appointments, they'll book people in as much as they can. They don't give a shit. They'll just book everyone in because they get a bonus if they get appointments, right? Where if you're saying to them, hey, like, we want to tie this into qualified appointments, shows, that kind of stuff. That's why I'm always telling people, don't incentivize just appointments, incentivize the show, incentivize the qualified appointment as well. Because otherwise you get people booking someone in like this who hasn't even got $20. Is he going to be able to afford the actual service? Probably not. So it's a bit of a waste of time for everyone, this. One other thing that just comes to me as well is when you're trying to get a deposit, when you're trying to get money for an appointment, if the person can't pay, you can't just say, oh, that's fine, we'll book you in anyway. Because it just like defeats that, it just like ruins everything. Like it defeats the whole reason why you need the money. So you need to make sure you put a little bit of an Oscar performance in a way, right? It needs to be like, so Jamie, you haven't got $20. No, I haven't got it. I haven't got my card yet. I haven't got whatever it is. It's like, okay. Honestly, like I'm not allowed to book you in without a deposit. But like, are you definitely gonna show up, or are you like, what's your thing? And they're like, oh no, I'm definitely gonna show up. Okay, all right. Look, I'll book you in still. Please, like, if you have any problems, you have to let me know, because if you don't show up and you haven't paid the deposit, like the doctor's gonna get really pissed off at me. So please, like, just please make sure that if you have any problems, but you're definitely going to show up though, right? Yeah, I'm definitely going to show up. Okay, cool. Like, add a little bit of that guilt to it, because that way then people can feel bad for actually no showing, or they're at least going to tell you if they're no showing, right? Which is way better. So just a little quick thing there. I realized that she didn't get money from him, but she just let him get straight away with it without actually like pushing him on showing up to the appointment.
That would be great. And I really appreciate your help. And I wish I could give you a card number or something so you can confirm my information, because I really need to get this taken care of. I can't hardly walk.
No, I totally hear you. It is terrible and then frustrating dealing with neuropathy.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, it's getting nuts.
So that like trying to speak to the client, like it sounds a little bit fake. Like your empathy is a bit fake. It's like, oh yeah, great, I get it. Trying to deal with neuropathy is really hard. It's like when you're speaking to like a bank, when you phone a bank up and like you're pissed off about something and they're like, I totally understand your frustration. It's like, no, you don't. You're fucking just saying that because you've been told to say that. Like, you don't actually understand my situation. Like, it's even more frustrating. Like, some people don't care, but for me, when I hear that, I'm just like, I know you don't care. Just like, I'd rather you just not say it. When this guy's like, look, I'm struggling to walk, it's not like, I'm so sorry to hear that, Greg. I understand lots of people struggle with neuropathy. It's not like that. Your tone of voice is so robot. It needs to be like, so he says, I'm struggling to walk at the moment. It's like, man, like, yeah, I've never had it, but not being able to walk, that it must be bad. Like, it must be really horrible. I'm like, genuinely, I'm sorry to hear that. Right? That sounds so much better. I'm not even putting that much energy into that. I'm not like really going for it. I'm just like, oh man, I've never had it. Like, that's empathizing with someone, right? It's like, I've never had it, and just being real. Like, I've never had that. If you're struggling to walk, like, that does sound like, genuinely sounds really bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's try and get you in. Because that's just more, like, I'm not going to be like sitting on the phone crying with them, right? It sounds more genuine than, oh wow, that sounds really, really horrible. Lots of people struggle from this. It's like, it just sounds shit.
Okay, then I'll pencil you in right now for a neuropathy screening with us.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your help so much, and thank you for calling me back. And I'm going to pull everything I can to get to your office come Monday at 5:30 a.m.
Again, he's saying, I'm going to pull every string to try and get there. Like, I really hope she's like, cool. I know she's not going to, but you need to be calling this out. So why, like, it should be a guarantee you're coming. Like, I don't understand what he means by I'm going to pull every string to get there.
It's at 9:30. 9:30.
A.M.
Yes, 9:30
A.M.
a.m. Yes.
Okay, so that's before the sun comes up. I'll be there.
I'll be sending you again your appointment information
9:30 a.m. before the sun comes up? Like, what? What are you talking about, man?
via text message, okay? And
Thank you, ma'am.
before
Okay.
I let you go, I just want to confirm that you mentioned you're going to have transportation managed, right?
I'm sorry, say again. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, you mentioned that you were going to have your transportation managed for Monday.
That's what I am working on. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
5:30 a.m. Monday.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
9:30. 9. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
If I have any complications with that, I will call and notify your office, and I apologize for wasting your time. I'm pulling all the strings I can to do this, honey. It's difficult.
No, I truly understand that. Yeah. So if you have any
Have you ever had this neuropathy?
Look, see, this is like exactly what I'm talking about. So now he's asking, have you ever had this? Because she's like, oh, I totally understand. And he doesn't feel like she understands. So now he's asking, like, have you ever had this? This is so good.
Do you know what I'm talking about? This shit's killer, man.
Because like he doesn't feel like you're hearing him. Doesn't feel like you're actually appreciating what he's saying. Like, because you're just like, I totally understand. It's like you don't totally understand. And now he's like calling out for help. He's like, have you ever had this? Because he doesn't feel like you understand. He wants you to understand.
No,
Anyway,
no,
I don't need to. I'm sorry. I don't need to waste your time. But I want to appreciate your call, and I will confirm your text message as soon as I get it. And thank you again.
Okay, then. Lastly, if you could arrive 15 minutes prior to your appointment time, that would be great, okay?
No, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of confusing. He just like confirmed like 9:30, 9:30, 9:30. And you're like, oh, by the way, arrive 15 minutes early. Wait, so is it 9:15? Like, this is... I would just not say that. I would just say get there for 9:30. Like, why does he have to be there 15 minutes? I know, like, to save time, whatever, but like, just... I would rather you work with the client and say to them, hey, we're telling people 9:30, so like, expect them at 9:30, or expect them to be a little bit later than 9:30. I'd rather you put people in for 9:15. If you want to put them in for 9:30, put them in for 9:15, and then just like, that means they arrive 15 minutes early. Like, this is confusing. Don't do this.
If you find anybody who could help you pay for the appointment, that would be great as well. Okay?
And now she's saying if you can find anyone that can help pay for the appointment. I thought it was a free appointment. This is so confusing.
Okay. And how much was the appointment?
See, now he's asking how much was the appointment. You just said it was oh man, this is a fucking train wreck. I hate this.
Be again? Let's go with the total figure.
So it's $20. The appointment is free, and the $20 is just to reserve that appointment for you.
So he needs to bring money with him to reserve the appointment which he's going to, which is already reserved, but it's a free appointment. He has to arrive at 9:30, but 15 minutes before. This is crazy.
So I can come up with $20 to confirm my appointment, and then I can get in there for the treatment. Okay, and then say I have the treatment done. What kind of money am I looking at?
So you just opened up this whole can of worms now about money by just saying that one little sentence. Make sure you bring money with you. Now he's like gone back into the, oh yeah, you never told me how much it was, and now you've got to handle this again. Fuck.
At this point, okay, I really do not want to eat pills or take any kind of drugs. I know that's going to be part of it, but I don't want to do that. Is that part of the healing process that your company provides?
Yeah, so again, as I mentioned yesterday, we take a holistic approach to reversing neuropathy. So there are no needles, no surgery, and no medications at all. It's all non-invasive way of reversing neuropathy. And regarding to the treatments, so
She's saying this like she's reading off terms and conditions, which doesn't sound good. Like it's like when you phone up an insurance company or a bank and they're like, "Hey, I just got to read you some terms and conditions," and they're like, "By going into this agreement, you understand that you need to." It's like no one listens to that. No one gives a shit, right? So she's talking about how they do a holistic approach. So she's like, "Yeah, so with our clinic, we do a holistic approach where we don't use any medication or needles or like I don't know whatever it is, right?" And so that is horrible. Like you need to be like just don't. I'd strongly recommend that your team do not use like an actual like word for word script. Like beat that out of them. It should be like they know the concepts, they understand what the treatment is, but they don't get told exactly what to say. So she says it different every time. She's got to think about what to say. So, for example, like when he gets asked, "Oh, no, any medication?" she could be like, "Oh no, we use a complete holistic approach." So basically, what that means is that we don't use any medication. We only use this. There's no surgery, and like so when she's saying it, like it sounds like she's actually having a conversation rather than just like repeating some script. It sounds horrible.
once you've met with our doctor and he has identified the root cause of your neuropathy, he will then create a treatment plan that will cater to your needs. So as much as I want to give you a number right now, it's best that you talk first with our doctor, okay?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
all I want to do is the pain go away. If I don't have to eat any pills, if there's just a guy that tells me how to do it, why can't I talk to him? Please give me his number. No. Oh, I guess everybody's got to get some money. Shit to bed. Okay. But thank you, ma'am. And I are going to be expecting a text message from you so I can be at your office at 5:30 a.m. on Monday. Right?
Okay, then it's at 9:30. I'll send it to you right now, right after this.
He thinks it's 5:30. She's saying 9:30. And that's why earlier when he said that's before the sun comes up, I was like, before the sun comes up? Like, as an appointment set, you need to be calling that out. It's like, what do you mean before the sun comes up? At 9:30? Because you couldn't catch that, right? Because he might be thinking it's 5:30. And obviously he gets the appointment confirmation over text, but you want to make sure it's all locked in but on the call as well.
Thank you so much for speaking with me and for taking the time to be patient with me. We'll see you soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, okay?
Oh, I hope you do too, Caesar. I'll talk to you later. Oh, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Okay, cool. That was the first one. Pretty bad. Apparently it's the person with a better show rate. I think there's something else going on. I don't think it's the quality of the calls. Or maybe this is just a bad call from this setter. I'm not sure. But let's jump into the second. Let's jump into the call that's now apparently got the worst show rate.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Judy. How are you today?
8 seconds it took for her to reply. This is one of the problems with appointment sets when they're running the power dialer. That they sit there, the power dialer's ringing, and they're on their phone like this. And then the power dialer's ringing, someone says hello, but they're focused on something else. They're so engrossed in like reading something or like on their phone doing something. And they're like, oh, put the phone down, and they get this, and they're trying to move the fucking mic, and then it's on mute, and they're trying to find the mute button. Hello. Right? Let's listen to that again. You see what I mean? Hold on.
Hello?
Hello, Judy. How are you today?
A long time to answer. I'm doing good.
I apologize. I'm good. I'm glad you're doing good. I saw on Facebook that you requested our free blood flow analysis for neuropathy relief, and I saw your text message saying that you were looking for a doctor for your neuropathy. So I wanted to follow up. How long have you been suffering from neuropathy?
Oh, it's been a minute.
It can be a little bit shorter, a little bit more concise, but it's fine.
Really? About how long would you say?
I couldn't, I don't know. It was since last year.
Since last year? Wow. And how bad do your symptoms get on a scale of 1 to 10 at their worst?
Like, what are you talking about? Like, the bottom of my feet, or what are you saying?
Yeah, just whatever symptoms you have, how bad do they get on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'll say a 5.
A 5? Wow, I'm so sorry. I can't believe how...
Okay, that sounds a bit fake. A 5 does not mean as bad. So she says a 5, But a 5 really isn't that bad, right? I don't think a 5's that bad. And you're like, wow, that sounds so terrible to like suffer with that for a whole year. So she said a 5. What would she have said if she said a 1? Would you be like, wow, that's like this is the problem with like scripting things, is it doesn't sound genuine. You need to actually care about the person. That's the key thing. You need to actually care about the person. That's the best way you're going to get like a real response. So in my situation, if someone said a 5, it's like, oh, okay, that's not too bad, right? I'd want some like kind of like confirmation from them. Oh no, yeah, maybe like a 5 out of 10. Oh, okay, cool. That's a lot better than I expected. It's like a 5 doesn't sound too bad, right? I want like some kind of confirmation on that. Because then she's going to be like, oh no, 5's horrible. It's like, oh really? Oh sorry, I misunderstood. I thought a 5 doesn't sound too bad. So what's so like what kind of symptoms you get and what's so horrible about it? Blah, blah, blah. Dive into more into the pain, right? But when someone says a 5, you need to call that out. Because like again, like you need to have a genuine conversation with people. It's not this like robotic scripting thing. Like this is the difference between AI and humans. You need to actually have a real conversation with people. At the moment, you sound like AI. You just sound like good AI. You need to have like real connection with people. So if someone says a 5, oh okay, cool. 5's not that bad. Or maybe I'm missing something, right? That's what you need to be calling that out.
And have you tried anything to manage your neuropathy symptoms?
I tried cream and stuff, but it's just that I had went to the emergency room, and the doctor that I see, it's in my brain. It's something got to do with my brain. So any medication is not gonna do anything. So I don't know what y'all process in, but it has something to do with my brain. Any medication, I done looked up on it. A lot of medication does not work.
Well,
you can put. I can use
actually,
I use all kind of medication, feet medication, everything, and it does not. It's like walking on bricks. So it's not gonna help.
Sorry. Well, then we actually might be perfect for you because we don't use medications. We take a holistic approach to reversing neuropathy, so there's no needles or surgery or medications. We start with a blood flow analysis to identify the root cause.
Okay, this sounds so much better, by the way, like than the other set than set 1. The way you explain that sounds so much better. It doesn't sound like you're reading the script. It sounds like you're being genuine, which is great. The one thing I would say is you try to cut her off to be like, we don't use medication, right? Everyone does this with sales. It's like if they're saying something that you have the solution to, like you're like, oh, you want to tell them. You're just like, oh, I want to tell them the solution. But in this situation, it was quite good because like, so obviously she was talking, you try to cut her off. Don't do that. Just let her speak. Just let her go. And then you were like, yeah, oh, this is actually perfect because we don't even use medication. That's great. I love that. That's awesome.
What's that? What's that? What you mean, blood flow?
Blood flow analysis. They'll
Yes.
just analyze your blood flow and see if you have poor circulation.
They got to take blood from me?
No, there's no needles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It might be worth saying that when you do the pitch, right? That, oh, we do a no needle blood flow analysis, or maybe something like that. Because you don't want people thinking that you're going to stick needles in them, because most people don't like needles. So that could, and some people might even like not show up. They might think it's a needle because you haven't explained it, and then they just on purposely don't show up for their appointment because they're like scared about needles and there's not even a needle in there, right? Stuff like so. Maybe if that happens a lot, if you constantly hear people asking that same question, oh, is it needles? Maybe add that in somewhere. Maybe give it a cool name like a anti-needle. No, that sounds horrible. Maybe don't even mention the name needle, but mention something which is like external, maybe like external blood flow analysis. That way then you know, everyone knows it's not needles because it's external stuff, something like that, you know?
We use angiogenesis therapy to help your body grow new blood vessels, which improves the oxygen and helps the affected nerves heal. The severity screening helps us determine if your neuropathy can be reversed, so we only accept cases that we can truly help. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Yes. Y'all take the what insurance do you take? I mean, you take my insurance.
So, unfortunately, we do not take insurance because we are using new technologies, and the insurance companies haven't quite caught up with the new technologies. However, that is why we're doing the severity assessment for free for you, so that you can come in
it's gonna
and
be free.
see. The severity assessment is free, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. Okay.
Right. We do ask for a $20 refundable deposit to hold your appointment. However, you will get that immediately refunded to you when you check in for your appointment.
Okay, no problem.
We can.
But one thing I would say is like she's pitching, right? But I don't think we've got very much of a pain yet. So the lady said that she has a 5 out of 10 pain, and we didn't dig into anything like, I want to know, like, how is this affecting her life? Like, where is the pain? Oh, where is the pain, like, most for you? Oh, it's in this place. Okay, does that affect your day-to-day life in any way? Like, anything you can't do that you used to do, anything like that? Oh, yeah, I used to be able to walk my dog. I used to love walking my dog. Can't walk my dog anymore. It's a nightmare. Every time I walk, like, I've got pain and blah, blah. It's like, okay, what else have you done to do it? She said she took some creams, right? It's like, okay, but have you done anything else? Like, I don't know, you could, like, just dive into it a bit more, right? Dive into that whole conversation a little bit more. At the moment, all she's told you is that she's got 5 to 10 pain and that she tried a cream before. That we're not able to, at the moment, like, connect into really what the problems, like, how is this affecting her? How can we, like, emotionally engage her so she's like, fuck, these guys really understand me. I need help with this, right? Because at the moment, it's like a side thing, it sounds like.
Schedule.
When can you schedule?
Let's see what I have available. Do you prefer morning or afternoons?
Morning.
Mornings? Okay. Let's see. I have Monday at 10 a.m.
That's perfect.
Okay. And then is it okay if I send you that link for the $20 deposit while I'm getting you scheduled?
Yes.
Okay, let me check on my end to see if I got that back. And I did. Perfect. Okay, so the appointment is on Monday at 10 a.m. I will send you the address. You'll get a text message with the address and a Google Apps link to make sure that you know how to get there.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Yeah, make sure the appointment's on Monday or Tuesday.
It's on Monday.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. That was great. Like, it was clean. It was to the point. It was clean. It was to the point. It was there. That was awesome. I love that. The one thing I would say is that for anyone that's getting deposits, if you don't have access to the client's Stripe or anything like that, or depends how you're doing it, what we like to do is a little trick. Is we like to have the payment link on a funnel. When they make the payment, it goes to a page that says, "Thank you for your payment. Thank you for your deposit. Your confirmation code is 5222, whatever, right?" It's just it's a 4-digit code number, right? But the thing is that 4-digit code is for everyone. It's the same one. It's the same funnel. It doesn't change. So for every single time someone makes a payment, it will say 5222, right? Then what you do is you say to them, "Oh, okay, great. What's the confirmation code you received?" And they'll say, "Oh, it's 5222." And they go, "Yep, that's perfect. That's what I've got here as well. Great, thank you." But the person thinks it's unique to them, but it's actually the same for everyone. So that's just a little tip for knowing if someone's actually paid without having to see people's Stripe. I would actually say that the second caller was actually better. I know they're saying that the first caller's got a better show rate. That could just be because of, maybe that was just a bad call for them. There could be loads of other things. Obviously, I can't listen to every single call. It'd be a bit much. But I hope this feedback helps. I hope you guys can take this feedback and even apply it with your own callers. The main thing is like digging into that pain, really understanding the prospect, where they're at with their pain or whatever their problems are, and making sure we don't sound like robots, making sure that we really have a genuine conversation, a real conversation, especially as AI callers are getting more and more popular. We want to make sure that we can differentiate ourselves as humans, which is kind of a way to say, but that is the truth. So if you like content like this, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.